So let's call this meeting of the Jefferson County Board of Tourism to order. Today being the 21st of April, 2025. Let's stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did everybody have an opportunity to look at the minutes? And if so, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Move we accept the minutes as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. And with that, I think we're ready for a treasurer's report.
So March was a booming month. Innkeeper's tax was $79,101.31. 150% over last year. There was one claim, and that was for marketing expenses for VMI, and that was $12,568. I think I did not check and see how many people had picked up checks for the grants that were awarded. The checks are at the auditor's office. I will go and check here probably Friday, and if not, I will mail out those that haven't been picked up.
Okay.
But
did you write checks for anybody who didn't send you an invoice yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
I had somebody ask about that today, so I'll send them your email to send an invoice to.
Yep. Yeah, they were all approved at the last commission meeting, those that had submitted invoices, so. Entertain a motion, if you would.
Do we have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make that motion, we accept the treasurer's report.
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And do we have anything for partnerships and projects at this point? Okay.
We had a JCTA meeting. I don't know, do we normally put that there?
It's number 8 on the agenda.
Yeah,
If you would grab the agenda when you came in.
I have it on my phone, I just wasn't looking at it at this moment, but,
Just
okay.
because you sit back in the corner doesn't
I
mean
know.
you're gonna run the meeting.
I know, it's okay, that's fine, I can wait till I'm number 8, it's all good.
Do we have a VMI update?
Yes, just a quick one. Sarah's marketing report will be emailed. My report, I'll email out once I get all the numbers put together. Innkeepers collections, like Dave said, are, really strong for this time of year. We've had a number of groups. So it's been good. We're booking a number of other groups and organizations. I know they've been in at Clifty and at Fairfield, starting to look at the end of this year and getting even more for later this year, so that's exciting. We do have National Travel and Tourism Week coming up the first week of May. I know Clifty has their free entrance day on, I think, is that Sunday the 4th?
It's always on a Sunday, yeah.
So that's like Visit Indiana Day, and so the state parks are free admission, which is nice. And then we will have the Tourism Awards ceremony on Thursday the 8th. So be sure to come to that. We'll have that down at the Visitor Center. We will have a proclamation for National Travel and Tourism Week tomorrow night at the City Council meeting. So anybody that can come to that would be great. We will be announcing, you probably saw the revised branding for the Madison Trolley line, and we updated that and got that out. That's exciting, reflecting the fact that it's more of a line. It's like a railroad line. It goes out to Hanover, it goes to Clifty. We're going to try and connect more to the community through the trolley. So we did debut that. We will debut the initial programming for it. Of course, we only have the one trolley The other one we should be getting in early July, but with the one, we're gonna be a little limited on what we can do, but we'll debut the guided tours and some of the free routes. We'll make that announcement during Tourism Week. And then also hope to have a ribbon cutting and opening for the Comfort Station on Main Street, that National Travel and Tourism Week as well. So it's gonna be a busy week. We've got a couple conferences in town early in the week. I found out about another one that's later in the week. And then we've got an influencer content creator who's in town that week as well. And so it's a lot, but things are going really well. We're gearing up for the boat visits this summer with American Cruise Lines. They sent us a revised itinerary, so we're adjusting some of those dates and times, working with our partners like HMI to get that rolling, but they're gonna be here about 14 times this summer. So a lot of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, almost every weekend from mid-June to mid-August. So it's exciting. We got a lot happening. It's really picking up. So,
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
You had a neat presentation today at noon. You want to address that, or you want to hold that?
Yeah, about the Airstream
Right.
rally. Yes, sorry, I was like, what did I do at noon today? I actually, you wouldn't think it was that long ago, but I drove 600 of our visitor guides down to a warehouse in Louisville, so that they can be distributed along I-71 and I-75 in Kentucky. And so we did that, and I didn't remember what I did at noon, but yes, Board of Works today, we are working with an Airstream group. They are actually gonna be meeting here again in September, staying out at the fairgrounds. This is something they've done, he said 2016, 2020, and now 2025, but they are planning an Airstream urban rally in downtown Madison for June of '26. And so coming to kind of get the initial blessing from the Board of Public Works, because having all those Airstreams along the riverfront, along Bond Drive, causes some logistical, I don't want to say issues, it's just things to work through. I guess that is an issue, but we have just some things to work through that are logistics, and so that's exciting. They're hoping to bring 50 or more Airstreams, and then they think there may be some other spillover kind of on that shoulder. So if they're having this on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday through Sunday, they have people come in 2 or 3 days before, stay at the city campground or at Clifty Falls. So there's some opportunities with that. So it's really exciting. That's been in the works for probably about 6 months that we've been discussing that with them. So a good opportunity to bring a different group into downtown and get them to walk everywhere and enjoy. So I think once the county campground gets up and going, then it's another opportunity to have them all out there sometime too. So it's one of those groups that it's like, if we can host them once, I think they'll want to be back again. I mean, they already have been coming to the fairgrounds, but they've done some of these urban rallies in Worcester, Ohio, and somewhere in the state of New York, and have been really successful. And so they want to try it here.
Okay.
All right.
Will Sarah be emailing out the marketing update?
She will, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything there you want to address?
She's got some really cool things going on, and we're diving into some of these areas that we really want to focus on marketing to, based on some of the placer data. Oh, the other thing is the visitor profile. We got some preliminary results back from that, so we're trying to digest that. We just got it Friday or Thursday about 4 o'clock, so we have not had time to dig into that just yet, but we'll be sure to share with you all, because I think it'll help everybody's marketing in Madison. So, and then comes the fun part of where do we go from there, and what do those things teach us about what our marketing should be. Yeah.
Madam, it's your turn.
Okay, so we had a meeting on last Wednesday, the 16th, at VMI, and it was great, as usual, to hear about how all of our partnerships are working together. Andrew and Josh talked a lot about Tourism Week, and it really is gonna be like a very crazy busy week. Lots of things opening, lots of things going on, so that is gonna be a really cool week to see all the things. We learned a lot about the trolley, and just kind of going over what was going on and what we're looking forward to this summer. So hopefully that'll continue. And our next one is someday in June or July.
July, third Wednesday in July, was it the 16th?
I think so. Yes, July 16th. So, yeah. That was it?
Okay. All right, any commentary from anybody else? Something that Trevor and I discussed this morning, he and I will be attending the next county council meeting to talk about some additional funds for grants for the fall, for the August session. Also, and just a question for you three, Matt, you're one of the three. How are bookings looking at this stage of the game for festivals and for off festivals?
Our weekends are booked.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, we're basically all, I mean, we don't have as many rooms as the other two, but we're basically booked up.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. All festivals are going really well. Unbroken Fest is just awesome. It's already sold us out. Upcoming dates, May is looking awesome. This last couple of weeks of April are excellent. The Derby has sold us out, so I don't know if you get any from that. We do. I'm almost sold out there. You're talking average rates in the mid 3s to 4. So it's looking really nice. Picking up really well.
Okay,
We're finally out of Q1 and out of that slow, dead season, so.
good, good. All right, well, does anybody else have anything they want to comment on or ask? Well,
One
our
thing I
next-
wanted to interject real quick is, I don't know if this was specified, but it was early on when we made the agreement to give the money to the city versus Main Street on the signage. I think we awarded the Main Street program $4,000, and then the additional $4,000 that we agreed upon was gonna come from the city. But I just don't know when we awarded the money that was specified clearly. So I don't know if there were questions. I had Austin Sims reach out to me and kind of trying to understand that a little bit better, but I don't know where to really direct her, if she needs to go directly to the city or how we need to help facilitate that.
Well, I can give you my opinion, but I'll leave the door open for anybody else's opinion as well. I think that Austin and the city need to work together to come up with complementary signs and maps for the west end and any other areas that they were gonna put signage. I know the west end was the primary focus of that. Anybody have any other opinion there?
No, I agree.
I mean, the city got 40,000 for wayfinding, and then Main Street got 4,
Yeah.
so, I mean, they still got some, I mean,
Yeah. So I think it's important that Austin reach out to the city and so that the signage and the maps are complementary to each other.
And I had a meeting with Austin last week, and it wasn't about that, but we kind of got to talking about that, and she indicated that was her intention, was to get with the city and start that conversation. If it hasn't started already, that's the intention.
Okay, good, good. Anything else, Matt?
No, that's all. I mean, I advised her to speak to the city. I just didn't know if there was any clarification that was given to the city that
that was part of it, was my, I just don't want it to appear like they're going, you know what I mean? Like she's just going and saying, hey, we're owed this money kind of deal. I just didn't know if we had any type of follow-up on that.
Yeah, I think the city understands that they need to work with Main Street on that. And that they need to make sure that the signage and the maps complement each other and are proper for the area that they're going in. So,
Okay.
I do have one other thing, and this is really just kind of a challenge for us. You'll recall coming into the spring grant season, I sent out a score sheet not to use as gospel, but to help provide a little bit of guidance. And that score sheet needs a tremendous amount of polishing. So I would challenge all of us on the board to look at that score sheet and see what needs to change and make recommendations to that effect. Obviously not tonight, because this is first you've heard the challenge, but the score sheet as it sits right now, while it gives a little bit of guidance, is not what we need moving forward. Okay? Our next meeting is May 19th at 6:30 here. So unless there's anything else for the good of the order, then I would honor a motion to adjourn.
We adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.